Good morning. How are you? Are we awake from Halloween or what? I don't even know. I am just so excited for this cup of coffee in my new favorite coffee mug. Just saying. And I will give people a moment to join. So this is the fun part in the interesting balance is you wait for people to join you in the live so you kind of ramble aimlessly in that time frame. But when people see the video later, they're like, why is this girl rambling to herself for no reason? I'm going to skip this video, but it is what it is. I'm here for you regardless. Kelly, good morning. Your Halloween costumes were hilarious this year. Thank you for sharing those on your Facebook. That was so fun. Sue, good morning. What did you dress up for Halloween? Kathy, good morning. I've been telling everyone about your new mug and the other Yellowstone stuff. Yeah, and you know what? If you check out Walker's General Store in High River, they have got a whole schwack more of Yellowstone stuff, different hoodies and shirts, and they've got train station mugs, and they've got Casey mugs, and they've got I'm a little bit like Beth Sutton shirts and Sutton Dutton. And of course, I also have this is my Yellowstone watching blanket. I went as myself, which me too. But I put on black cat mask to disguise. Um, yeah, anyway, Kathy, thank you. Walker's has great stuff. And they're a great little store in High River. And you can buy online, so it doesn't matter where you're watching from. So check them out. Now, as you saw on Friday, you may or may not have seen anyway, I had a crazy migraine. Our weather change just completely knocked me down for a few days. And when I get a bad migraine, it just seems to spiral. And so I had some down days, I will admit. The good thing about those down days is I was able to rewatch the first 3 seasons of Yellowstone again to prepare for season 4 coming out this upcoming weekend, November the 7th, Sunday. I'm pretty sure the internet is going to crash on Sunday. It's just everyone is going to be on Prime to watch that. Good morning, Karen. Happy belated birthday. So I hope this is going to sound like a double-edged sword, Karen, but I love you. I was going to say, I hope when I'm your age, although you're not that much older than me, but I want to look as young as you, is what I'm trying to say, without totally sounding like a jerk. Cheryl, good morning. How are you? Did you make it through Halloween? It was interesting. I liked watching. One, I love to scroll through, and even today, right? It's a fun morning to scroll. I can't talk to save my soul, guys. I like scrolling through socials to see everybody's costumes. There are people who really just plan these elaborate, amazing family costumes, and they have makeup and hair, and it is amazing. I feel like I have become the laziest of Halloweeners of the last few years. Maybe it's COVID. Maybe it's because I've usually worked during Halloween. I don't know. Anyway, here, right. Speaking of people, good morning, Caitlin, with elaborate, beautiful Halloween family costumes. Caitlin is one of them. You guys were adorable. So that's been my fun as I've been scrolling through, checking out everybody's costumes. It's kind of like the first day of school photos, right? Where you get to see everybody's cute first day of school photos. This is where we got to relive a lot of the opportunities to see costumes, because I didn't see a lot at my door because I had taken Caden out to trick or treat. And so I just left candy out for kids to help themselves, which by the looks of it, I think some deer went through our candy. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I wanted to make sure that there was a donation to our community from our household. And so I didn't get to see as many, except when I'd be driving and I would want to slow down and see. Because is there nothing cuter than like the little guys in their costumes? Oh my gosh. So cute and so much fun. So, thanks to everybody who's been sharing their Halloween photos. I have just loved those. They have been hilarious. And Caitlin, did you get all the stuff out of your hair? So Caitlin, what's her name? Ursula, right? From The Little Mermaid. And I just must say, Caitlin, too, is the one picture that you posted where Elin is Ariel and she's just like laying on the ground and she's totally posed. She is my kindred spirit. That was hilarious. I absolutely, oh, your pictures just made my night. They were so, so great. My son went as a banana. It was a really simple costume. We required no makeup, planning, prep, nothing. We just slide a banana skin over it. You can see it laying on the ground behind me. I was going to wear it for a coffee club this morning, just a little bit as a joke, but I didn't. Remember last year, because it came back in my feed. So I thought I would look like a mermaid and I wore that blue wig and a mermaid costume, but it really just looked like I was naked on Coffee Club. I was like, there was an outfit idea online gone wrong. Gone wrong. How's everybody today? How you feeling? How's it going? What's happening? What's shaking in your world? It is November the 1st. Does that blow anybody else's mind? I was thinking about something the other day that we were planning or planning for something with one of my clients, and it doesn't come up until December. And I'm thinking, well, that's a long ways away, but it actually isn't, friends. It's going to go so freaking fast, so freaking fast. And so here we are, the 1st of November, and I can't believe it. We've got a little, like in southern Alberta, we have a little tiny skift of snow left. So it's feeling like it's winter. I don't know, Caitlin, it's time to decorate for Christmas. Yeah. Speaking of decorating, can I just for a moment, I don't know, depending on, we looks like we've got a good contingent of High River watchers today, but depending on where you're from, did anybody in your community decorate beautifully for Halloween? Now, what's really cool is the community has done this sort of light up High River contest for the last few years where they've done it with Christmas decorations. But a few years ago, a couple of volunteers who really love Halloween said, let's do a Halloween version as well. And so they started this lighting up High River Halloween edition. And it's been so cool to see how many more houses continued to jump onto the decorating. Now we have, if I think it's considered a famous Halloween destination now in High River called the Dollhouse. And they have done a huge amount of decorating over the years. Some to and they can get pretty gory. Like they're kind of like the controversial Halloween house, if I can say that. Uh, but they put so much in. Like they actually have to put barricades around the front of their home for Halloween because that's how many people. And I saw their counter last night and they had 669 kids come to the door. And they make, friends, they make cotton candy for every single kid. And they had made 600 bags of cotton candy and they made another 69 bags to make sure every single kid got a bag of cotton candy that came to their house. Friends, that's community. And there were so many other great houses in High River. So if you check out Light Up High River on Facebook, and I think they have a website also, but people could vote for winners. And I know my neighbors across the road here did this kind of skeleton pirate theme, and they had like a skeleton mermaid that laid on the fence and these skeleton pirates that were sword fighting up on their deck. Like it's insane and it's amazing and I love it. And I remember when I worked in radio in Edmonton for a few years and they had a street that would do it up Halloween, the whole entire street. And it was really cool. And I think that I saw lots of people saying they only got 26 kids or 10 kids and they didn't get much. And then over here in this neck of the wood, they're getting 669. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But there were, like Kathy says, yeah, so many homes in High River that decorated. And I know we were trick or treating down in another community called Kaylee last night. And there's so many amazing homes decorated in that community also. I'm sure it happened everywhere, but it was really cool. I love seeing the uptake of this just as something else for fun. So now, as Caitlin says, it's time for Christmas. And we get some pretty amazing homes that decorate for Christmas too. And it's always so much fun. So again, there'll be another contest and a whole schwack of fun to go with that. And I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, did you see some cool stuff? If you had a cool decorated house, throw up a picture in the comments. Show us what it looked like. Or if you feel like sharing a picture of your Halloween costumes, throw them up in the comments. Let's have a little bit of fun. It's good. I know in High River too. Yeah, Caitlin says Ted the elf. Ted is like an honorary elf who I fully believe was sent to live in High River from the North Pole directly, because there is not a man who loves Christmas more than this guy. And they are going to be setting up Christmas lights. They do a huge thing in our campground in Big Park in downtown High River, and they're looking for some volunteers this weekend. So if you could go out and about and help them set up some Christmas lights, that would be amazing. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. What else? What else is on your mind? Caitlin's obviously just ready to be full into Christmas. Oh, good morning, Burge, coming in from Norway. First day of forestry work. Awesome. I'm excited for you. I don't know exactly what that means. You can feel free to elaborate if you'd like to share. But good. Protecting forests, hugely important job. What else is on your mind? So today I will be on the road for the next week. The Canadian Finals Rodeo is happening this year, which we're so excited to be able to celebrate professional athletes in our country in the sport of rodeo. The rodeo itself gets underway on Wednesday in Red Deer, and we are going to have a whole schwack of fun. Wednesday morning, we have a special guest joining us to chit chat, who is going to be a part of CFR in a traditional, non-traditional way, I guess you could say. So I'm looking forward to introducing you to a new friend on Wednesday morning. We should be having a very cool week, but it's going to be a busy one. So I know that's going to be my crazy for the next week. What's your week looking like? First week of November. Anything shift or change for you? I guess for some, it's packing up the Halloween, switching to the Christmas. And then also I'm hoping people will share, just like we had conversation around it last year, is what do Remembrance Day ceremonies look like in your community? I think there's going to be a lot of streaming options again this year, and wondering ways that we can share in different communities, what's happening in different communities for Remembrance Day. If you know any of that, start to throw it up in the comments or tag me in some of your stuff, and I will share it if you know what's happening in your community, because let's make sure we take a moment to recognize those who have fought for freedoms. And I know that that's a topic of interesting debate of late, but you know what? I still feel we honor no matter what. And I'm hoping people will take that time next week to do that. And I can't believe that it's next week already. So in your shopping this week, when you're out and about, make sure you get that poppy. It's on my list to get. I have not got my poppy yet, because I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if you lose it, because you're going to go buy another one anyway, and the money is going to go help. But if you could get a poppy this week, would be amazing. Something else, if you're looking to give back, is the Veterans Food Bank is always looking for support. I think that they look for support year round, but I think it comes into our minds a little bit more so when we focus on November the 11th. So if just thinking, I know that there's different businesses that will do sort of third party fundraising for that. I know Autocraft in High River has an opportunity for you to donate to the Veterans Food Bank right now. I'm not sure about anybody else off the top of my head, but because I was in there getting winter tires on last week, I saw some information. So you have an opportunity there, or you can just contact the Veterans Food Bank directly, and perhaps it's an opportunity to make a donation if you feel that on your heart. Caitlin says we're going to try to take the girls to see the Field of Crosses in Cacfie. I don't know where that is. With their great grandfather had a cross. Oh, that's amazing. In Calgary. Okay, your autocorrect was way crazy this morning, Caitlin. The Calgary Field of Crosses. Yeah, right. And just start sharing that story and start sharing that message. And yeah, absolutely. I love that idea, Caitlin. Okotoks has that really beautiful on their veteran road, right? Has that beautiful, you can get out and walk down that pathway. Nanton has a beautiful um, memorial also set up. High River has a little bit of one in front of the Memorial Center. We also have Veterans Way. Caitlin, don't worry about your, but I was just like, where is this? I do not know. Um, yeah, there's ways to share that story. And I think Caitlin is one that you are focused on a really cool way of how we explain it to our littles of our life. So you should follow. Caitlin, would you post if you feel comfortable? I know you have a business page for the group that you do. She does some amazing work with getting littles together, and I can't remember the name, and I know it has circle in it, and forgive me for not remembering, but there's so many things floating and running into the hamster in here some days. But I would love you to share the link to your page, a little circle. That's what it is. Thank you. If you feel comfortable in sharing the link to the page for anybody who's got littles who join, this is a really cool opportunity for you to learn more, have more conversation. And Caitlin is amazing. Amazing. So if you're looking for some support on that, she would be your girl. Burr says, it means that I'm climbing on a forest ladder with a harness and cutting dead branches. That sounds like a scary job, Birch. I don't want to be on a ladder at all. Not even a little bit. But I'm glad you are, because yes, clearing those dead branches is important. What else is going on in our world, friends? That's kind of what was popping into my brain today. But like I said, after having a few days where you don't feel good, especially with migraine, because I feel like they melt your brain. And then it's like, okay, power it back up, power it back up. I appreciate, though, that my body decided to take its break before I had to travel and have a really busy week on the road. So thank you, body. Let's take a moment, everybody, and thank our bodies for being healthy, being the vessels to our souls, and staying healthy for us. There we go. Here's the link. Check it out. We still haven't done our recap of the election conversation. I feel like Caitlin will be on the show a lot moving forward. Right, Caitlin? We've got some plans for this winter. We've got some plans. I appreciate, as always, you taking an opportunity to have a cup of coffee with me this morning. This was my first cup since last Wednesday. So it was extremely special. And I waited for you to have this first cup together, because that's how much you matter to me in that. And we just have so much fun being ridiculous on here together. And I'm grateful for whoever Mr. Nespresso is. I would like to think Nespresso was created by a woman because it's so amazing, but I guess I can't take that stance when I don't actually know. But friends, I hope you have an amazing day. I would also like to take a moment. Cheers to a good day, Karen. Uh, all of you friends, whether you could drop by some caffeine or send a loving thought, text, or email to a teacher today. They are the ones who are getting the brunt of the Halloween hangover from our children. The Halloween, I honestly think, and I don't know, this was a bit of a discussion because there were some communities, just on a side note before I let you go, there were a couple of communities in Alberta. I think one was Cardston and one was Nobleford. I had heard that they were encouraging their community members to go trick or treating on Saturday instead of Sunday. I think the premise behind their drive for that is they really wanted to keep their Sunday honored for their religious beliefs, which, hey, that sounds amazing. But it also makes really great sense that maybe if Halloween was just the last Saturday of October every year, it wasn't the 31st anymore, it would just be whatever the last Saturday of October was, then we would keep it on a Saturday and keep it so the kids had a day to kind of regulate before they go back to school. I don't know. It'll probably never change. It would be a hard habit to break, but would that not be a little bit easier for everybody? Food for thought? I don't know. I thought it was interesting. I do not know how it worked out in those two communities because I feel like you'd have a divide in people, and not necessarily a negative one. It's not what I mean. Just in that people who would not have the same belief system probably wouldn't care to move it. I don't know if it worked for them. I hope so. Um, but it wasn't made for interesting discussion in should we change the date of Halloween so that it always fell on a weekend, the last weekend of October, or do we keep it the same? I don't know. I don't know who makes those decisions or how that happens. Just food for conversation. Good morning, Corey. So yeah, that's where we're at today. Thank you again for having coffee. Cheers to you. Have an amazing rest of your Monday. I hope it is dynamic and beautiful, welcoming November 1st with a beautiful big hug. And we will see you Wednesday morning. Like I said, I will be on the road, but we've got a special guest planned for you. I'm looking forward to having some fun with you on that. So have an amazing rest of your day. We might do some extra coffee clubs this week from the road if we can, depending on tracking some people down just to talk about some of the fun, but we'll see how it goes. So turn those notifications on for this page and we will keep you updated on the fun from the road. Have an amazing, amazing day again, and we'll see you soon.